From Adams Field on the campus of Wayne State University in Detroit, Michigan, on the NFHS Network and the MHSAA TV Network, we are proud to present you the 2021 opening week kickoff weekend in the MHSAA football schedule. It's Southfield A&T, the Warriors, taking on the Technicians of Cass Tech, a Detroit school. And we've got Adam Scheel with me. I'm Eric Vandepfeiffer. Pleased to bring you this one from Tom Adams Field. It's the Zenith Prep Kickoff Classic, put on by the Detroit Sports Commission. You can find out more about them at detroitsports.org.
Should be in for a good game here, Eric.
Yeah, I think so too. This might be one of the better games we're going to see this weekend.
This is the final game of the sixth game that the PKC has played here. We started out Thursday night with 2, and we had Friday with 2. Now today is Saturday, and we got our final 2. And I'm really banking on this one to be the best one of the bunch.
Back deep to return the kick for Southfield A&T.
Ooh.
That was number 28, who's not on their roster, of course. But it went over his head nonetheless, and it'll be a touchback. We'll get our first look at the new offense under Aaron Marshall, first-year head coach at A&T. At the helm of the Warriors. We'll see what he pulls out.
Tough to take over for, and both of these guys here from Marvin Russian and Aaron Marshall, both are taking over, long-time coaches. Tim Connolly was 16 years. Tom Welcher, I believe, almost 30 years, and 20-plus years here at Cass Tech. Both were very successful coaches in their own right. And then here you got to step in and run the ship.
Isaiah Marshall, the quarterback for Southfield A&T, goes handoff up the middle with Javen Jones on first down. He'll gain a couple of yards to about the 22-yard line where he's finally brought down. A defensive stop made by number 68 for Detroit Cass Tech.
I think if you asked these coaches what their strengths would be for their program, both are going to say they're starting quarterbacks. Both are juniors. Both ran the offense last year as sophomores. It could be new offense. We don't know.
Yeah.
But they both have a year experience under the belt, which is always appreciative of a quarterback.
Out of the shotgun, a quick throw from Marshall to the near side is caught by Nigel Dunton. He'll get yards up to the 24-yard line. A couple more makes it 3rd down and 6.
Yeah, Isaiah Marshall, just a solid kid. He had a very impressive 7-on-7 this past season. And he can lead the offense, and he directs the team very well. And the benefit of it, he has 8 offers. But, for a new coach, one of the best gifts you can have from the leftover coach or leftover players is the returning starting quarterback.
Yeah. 3rd down and 6 now from the 24. And it'll be a pass over the middle. It's complete to number 28. And player not on the roster. I'll see if I can get the name from the public address announcer when he says it here.
That's it, 28.
He didn't say a name either.
Nice tackle here by Cass Tech. Really stopped, was able to grab that shoulder pad and just dragged him down, Jameel Gardner. Pretty solid player for the Technicians.
So that'll bring up 4th down and 1, as we'll have a timeout called by Cass Tech. They had Gardner back deep to return, but to 4th and 1, the offense looked like it was still on the field for Southfield A&T. Well, Marvin Rushing, the first-year head coach at Detroit Cass Tech, is being tasked with taking over a storied program in the Technicians.
Just a DPS, Detroit Public School powerhouse
Yeah.
over I don't know how many years.
They're a team that you see pretty much every year or every other year make a trip to Ford Field.
Yeah, they're definitely well known. If your path to Ford Field had to go through Cass Tech, as a coach, you were worried about that game.
Yeah. Kind of similar to like how Ithaca was back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Ithaca's still that way, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
If you see Ithaca on your schedule in the postseason, you're kind of scared. But especially in the years where they were winning 4 or 5 championships in a row, So it's 4th down and 1, ball at the 29, and the offense on the field.
So early statement by Coach Marshall going for it.
This is a Cass Tech team that was in the state semifinals as close to almost 3-4 years ago. And now we'll have a flag called.
Looked like the center kind of pump faked it a little bit. I think they were just trying to do a hard count.
So a false start will go against the offense. It's a Cass Tech team that won the 2016 championship after losing in 2015. Made the semifinals in 2014 and 13. Won the championship in 2012 and 2011. Semifinals in 2010. I mean, that's a 5 or 6 year stretch between 2010 all the way up until 2017 where they made at least the semifinals every single year. As the punt goes away and bounces out of bounds at the 47-yard line.
A little soccer bootleg there, a little soccer kick. For a minute there, I was like, why is he rolling out? They're more than 6. They're going for it.
Well, that'll set up 1st and 10 for Cass Tech. And it's an A&T team that, you know, for a school that just opened in 2016, a couple of playoff appearances, but have kind of struggled to get their bearings, per se. Really take off as a program.
And I think a lot of that is when you combine high schools that they did with Lathrop and Southfield High. It's kind of hard to establish an identity. Oh, and they just ate that inside handoff up.
Yeah, they did. It was a handoff to Tyrone Gaines, who got back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe lost a yard.
There was 2 Warriors there just ready to greet him 2 yards in the backfield.
Just nowhere to go. Nice tackle by Jerome Baker and Reginald Gardner.
As I said previously, the quarterback for Cass Tech, LaShawn Mumfield, he's his 2nd-year starter as a junior.
He's got trips to the right side and a single receiver near side. And Mumfield will look to pass. The southpaw over the middle. What a pass. Nice tight spiral on that one to Latrell White, who got 1st down yardage all the way to the 32 before he was finally tripped up by number 21, Darrell Jones. Look at this pass.
Right on the money.
That's up another 1st and 10 for Cass Tech at the 32. At the 2021 Zenith Prep Kickoff Classic on the campus of Wayne State. Put on by the Detroit Sports Commission. Number of different sponsors from around the city of Detroit. Here's a screen pass to the near side. That was caught by Camille Gardner. He'll pick up a couple of yards inside the 30.
The number 51 from Cass Tech, just a very big young man.
Yeah.
Deion Walker.
This is a Cass Tech school that's known for having huge offensive lines.
Yeah. Well, that helps when you're winning, right?
Yeah.
If you're able to get offensive line, it's moving the D-line, getting into the secondary and getting the linebackers, and that's huge for your running game.
And I'll set up 2nd down and 7 after a pickup of 3 on the screen pass. And now a handoff will go up the middle with Gaines. He'll bully his way forward towards the 25-yard line. Yeah, I remember sitting at home watching that 2016 championship game with Cass Tech and Catholic Central, and they pulled up a stat on the what was then Fox Sports Detroit broadcast.
Yeah.
And it had the average height and weight of the Detroit Lions, Michigan State, Michigan, and the Cass Tech offensive line. It had the averages. And Cass Tech had the 2nd tallest and 2nd heaviest average offensive lineman out of any program in the entire state, including college and professional.
Wow. That's awesome.
A timeout taken by Southfield A&T now. So a timeout apiece from both of these clubs. Well, fans, here's 5 good reasons for multi-sport participation. There's fewer overuse injuries, meaning there's less opportunity for emotional burnout, exposure to different kids, coaches, and different roles, and learning to compete better. being a multi-sport participant can help a kid become a more well-rounded person and athlete. Multi-sport participation is cross-training for life. You can learn more about it by visiting the health and safety page on the MHSAA website. Eric Van Pfeiffer and Adam Scheel on hand with you. As you saw a nice look at the Wayne State University skyline here in downtown Detroit.
I appreciate Cass Tech's uniforms. Those gray, those silver numbers. Just so I can see them. My old eyes, sometimes they have a little faded coloring on them.
Yeah, we had a team in Ann Arbor this week that had dark blue jerseys.
Mm-hmm.
Here's a pass over the middle. Man,
he got
was fit in a window and a touchdown.
Oh, wow.
What a pass from Munfield to Elijah Gordon. And Cass Tech scores first.
Yes, Anderson, nice reception. Big target from Kamari Anderson. Kid's 6'4", 220 pounds. Hard to miss when he's wide open. And the young man, Mumford, just put the ball right where he needed to be and let Thompson do the rest of the job.
So to finish this story, we had a team in Ann Arbor this week. And over one of the last couple of days, I was calling all the games there at the Battle at the Big House. Dark blue jerseys with their number was a super thin yellow outline.
Oh, jeez. Tough to see.
Yeah.
It's tough to see when you're on the top of the press box. There.
Right. And the PAT attempt is good from Laquan Hartsfield.
That was a lot of leg there.
That was. Let's take a look at that touchdown one more time. I mean, that thing was put in a window that wasn't very big. Dominic Johnson, the defender, had a chance to make a play, but then as soon as Jordan got the ball, it was nothing but green grass ahead of him.
Nice spot. Let's put it right over the shoulder of the Warrior defender. Couldn't do much with it, and there he is. Anderson grabbed the ball, cut it up, and took it to the house.
That's LaShawn Mumfield, the junior quarterback. He's already got a year under his belt. Man, that kid looks good. You've got all the background on these kids.
Yeah.
Right? So, Mumfield, you mentioned it earlier, started as a sophomore. With a spiral like that, you got to imagine this kid's getting looked at, right?
Yeah. Right now, he's just started his junior year.
Yeah.
But the coaches say that he's a true general, and he's able to make the tough throws, which we just saw. I mean, his window was very small to put that ball in, but he was able to do it. I mean, just having a quarterback with that type of poise is such a benefit to your program.
So now Cass Tech will kick off. An end-over-end kick will be returned from the 11-yard line for A&T. And it's number 28 bringing it out to the 35-ish yard line. And they will mark him down, and it'll be 1st and 10 Warriors. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Southfield from their own 35. Man, I do not want to be a Cass Tech cheerleader today having to wear those long pants.
Well, the first couple of lines aren't bad. I mean, you're in the shade.
Right.
It's the ones in the back.
It's the 4 or 5 girls that are standing in the sun all day. I don't know. This heat index is still up in the high 90s.
It is. That real feel was at 97 the last time I checked. And, you got to add some of that the degrees when you get on that turf. Oh.
There's a pass play intended for number 3. Nigel Dunton. A&T was looking for a pass interference call. It was Dunton lost his footing. No flags.
Here it is, just kind of rolling out. A little jittery feet. Maybe it took a little bit off the ball, but that would have been a tough spot to put the football.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pass into double coverage. Miles Gilmore in there and Jason Philpotts Dixon on defense.
I made fun of that the young man in the green table umbrella, but I believe that's Devin Gardner down there.
You think so?
Yeah.
Might be.
Big sack from Cass Tech.
That is a big sack. It was a pitch out to number 13, Davier Burt, but nowhere to go as Number 55 for Cass Tech came in. Jalen Thompson and made a big stop. That probably is Devin Gardner. Looks like it definitely could be.
Yeah. Nice play by Thompson.
Maybe that's why he's got the big green umbrella.
Maybe. I don't think his Michigan people would like that much. But
Probably not. Timeout called by Cass Tech here on 3rd and 16 with under 6.5 to play in the first quarter. Ball spot at the 29-yard line. A&T's moving in the wrong direction.
Cass Tech has another difficult game in week 2. They're not taking it easy. They're taking on the Big Reds of Muskegon.
Ooh, another state power.
You have Southfield A&T, Muskegon, and then week 3 you have King.
I was going to say, it doesn't get much easier than that either
No,
with
it
King
doesn't.
next week
No.
or the week after.
That's quite the first 3 games for a rookie coach to go through.
That's a gauntlet right there.
It is.
Southfield A&T doesn't get much better, though, playing in the OAA Red. I mean, they've got Birmingham Groves next week. Then they go a top 50 team in the state in Lake Orion. Clarkston, who took down Davison.
Mm-hmm.
They get a couple of off weeks, maybe with Stony Creek and Oxford, and then West Bloomfield and week number 7, who many believe is probably the top team in the state this year. So
yeah, ooh.
Here's an incomplete pass.
Just bobbled it a little bit.
It was a good look. Hit his receiver right in the hands, but just wasn't able to haul it in.
You really, I mean, to me, it's you do want to have these tough games. You know, you want to be able to squeak in as of right now. You want to play these tough opponents, get the bonus points for playing them if you get the win. But and then get in the playoffs. Then hey, you know what? If I already played Southfield AT, I already played Muskegon, I already played King.
Right.
You know, and chances are Cass Tech could play King twice if they come back for the DPS championship. You know,
here's a high snap on 4th down. They'll just have to pick it up and punt it away as best they can. It'll give Cass Tech great field position as this thing rolls all the way to the 45-yard line where it finally comes to rest. So 1st and 10, Technicians already leading 7-0. This is kind of reminiscent of what we saw in the first game where for East Point the offense just couldn't get anything rolling. They had a couple of early mistakes, and Cass Tech doesn't seem to be making any.
No, they're not. They seem to be ready to take the challenge of the week 1. Coach Rushing did a fine job of getting these young men ready and preparing them. You don't see the mental mistakes that we were seeing last game, and that's a good sign.
So 1st and 10 for Cass Tech at the Southfield 45. Mumfield back out to direct traffic. He goes handoff on 1st down up the middle with number 4, Tyrone Gaines. He got to the 40-yard line on a 5-yard pickup. Bring up 2nd down.
Nice block by Jackson Pruitt that really popped that open for the Technicians.
Midway through the first quarter, 7-0 Technicians.
Good time for a pass.
2nd down and 5 from the 40.
Oh.
And first we've got flags on a false start. Man, maybe Jameel Gardner was the guy that they were going to because he got a little bit too eager.
That was my fault. I jinxed Cass Tech on accident by saying Coach Rushing had these guys ready to go and no mental mistakes, and right after that, boom. My fault, Coach. It's my bad.
Broadcaster's jinx. It's almost as bad as saying somebody's got a no-hitter. 2nd down and 10 from the 45. Mumfield will pass. He's got an open receiver on the far sideline. That's Nate Briggs, who breaks inside towards the 30-yard line. They'll push him out right at the 30, and it'll be 1st and 10.
Nice little pitch and catch there. Briggs is an explosive pass catching, who obviously is a pretty big threat. I mean, he turned, cut up to the sideline, tried to lay the shoulder on him, and fought for some extra yards. That was nice.
1st down and 10 from the 30 now. That was a nice play by Briggs. We had a lot of separation from his defender. You can even see at the top of the screen here where Briggs is again.
Yeah.
5 yards of separation even at the time of the snap. As Gaines gets a handoff again and gets back to the line of scrimmage. Just interested, is that maybe one of those things where Southfield's defensive backs maybe don't think they can keep up with the Cass Tech receivers?
Or it's just you want to keep them in front of you, right?
Yeah.
So you don't need to press them, because if you press them, all of a sudden one move and all of a sudden they're behind me, right? So keep them in front of me so they stop the big plays. I said that the young man, Briggs, is an explosive player, so you just want to keep him in front of you.
Loss of 1 on the play brings up 2nd down and 11. Mumfrees will throw. He wants the end zone. He's got a man for a touchdown.
Wow.
Jameel Gardner on the receiving end of that one.
Wow.
And just like that, Cass Tech by 2 scores.
Hit the post. It was open. Mupfield put it right where Gardner was able to catch it, and 6 points on the board for him.
Man, how about that? That was a pretty throw, too. Gardner beat his man on the post.
Gardner is a Bowling Green commit.
That's a couple of them we've seen. Jalen Holly in the last game.
Heading down 75.
Gardner in this game. A couple of guys from just outside of Detroit. Heading down to Ohio. The extra point is through as well. That kid's got a leg on him.
Certainly does.
So 14-0 Cass Tech. There's that tent you were looking at or talking about in the last game. Look at this pass. Mumfield just put it on
the
it.
Ball.
Yeah, he did.
Wow.
Put it right where his hands were going to be, right on his head.
Very nice. Just poised, nice little 3-step drop. Put it right where the wide receiver can get it. Nice.
Well, fans can stay in tune with the prep sports scene by listening to This Week in High School Sports on the MHSA network. Carried on nearly 100 radio stations and web audio outlets around the state, this week features various stories, plus a weekly Be the Referee segment. This Week in High School Sports can also be heard by visiting the homepage of the MHSA website. Great production that the MHSA puts on. Started with John Johnson, who was the communications director for the state. Now John Ross.
Yes, both good guys.
They both put on a great presentation with This Week.
Well, the Warriors need an answer here.
Yes, they do, and let's see if they can get it here with this return from the 9-yard line.
Cut it up.
Coming up the near side was Darrell Jones on the return. He got up to the 30-yard line.
Nice little return there by Jones.
That'll make it 1st down and 10 for Southfield. And Adam said it. They need something quick here.
It's not as if their offense isn't just looked like they're doing all right. They're just, Cass Tech defense just might be that much better.
Right. I mean, this Cass Tech defense, don't get me wrong, they've got some athletes. They've got some big boys up front that are going to apply some pressure. And then they've got just DBs that fly around. I mean, this is a Cass Tech team and a Cass Tech program that has produced the likes of Donovan Peoples-Jones, a good receiver at Michigan when he was there.
Yep. A lot of college talent has left the hallways of Cass Tech.
On 1st and 10, A&T takes a shot.
Nice.
And they've got a man down the field inside the 40-yard line. Tashi Braceful. Man, what a play. What a pass by Isaiah Marshall.
Well, that will get them. That will be a little spark plug for their offense. Whew. Nice ball by Isaiah Marshall.
I mean, he put that thing on a rope.
Nice.
Braceville had his defender beat by so much he had to slow down and wait for the ball to get to him. Big pickup all the way down to the 33-yard line, so 1st and 10. And it's a handoff up the middle. It goes to Javin Jones. He got back to the line of scrimmage, where he is tackled on the defensive side by number 51, Dion Walker. That's a big kid there.
He is. Now Walker is going both playing both sides of the ball, so
yeah,
You start giving that kid some breaks, or he's not going to be as explosive.
Well, you talked about in the last game how the white shirt hanging out from underneath the jersey is doing something. For Cass Tech, it's the green shirts.
I like it.
They at least match here.
Yeah.
2nd down and 10. A pitch out to the near side with Jones, who turns up the field and then is finally tripped up inside the 30, down towards the 25, just a couple yards shy at the 27.
That time, offensive line got a good block on Cass Tech. Opened up some alleyways for Jones, and he was able to get in there.
Bring up 3rd down. Just a quick pitch. Jones makes a nice turn upfield. Man, he could have got a whole lot more yards if he didn't get tripped up.
Yeah.
3rd down and 3.
Nice.
Pass over the middle to number 28.
Oh.
And a shoelace tackle made. A touchdown saving tackle by Miles Gilmore.
No doubt. No doubt. 28 was wide open. Just grabbed that shoelace, brought him down, otherwise it would have been 6 for A&T, which is what they need, right? They gotta answer one of these touchdowns here right now.
Brings up 1st down and 10 yards to go from the 11. Play action, a screen pass over the middle again is caught.
So that is Marshall reading the defense. Linebackers blitzing coming in. That means that middle of the field is going to be really open, and his DB covering him is back 10 yards. So take a 2-step, then cut across the middle of the field. It's open all the time. It's 4 or 5 yards a pop.
So I don't have a confirmation on this. I'll try to get one at the quarter break, but I do believe number 28 is listed as 9 on the roster, Alik McCain.
All right.
Based on what I just heard from the public address announcer. I'll go figure out for sure in just a moment at the quarter break. But first, a timeout for Southfield A&T with 2nd and 3 from the 4-yard line. Under a minute and a half to play in the first quarter. Eric Van Pfeiffer and Adam Scheel on board with you here today.
Great day.
Yeah, it is. It's the final 2 games that'll be played here at Wayne State for the Zenith Prep Kickoff Classic. And a great opening weekend of high school football across the state.
Just excited that we're actually watching a game live.
Yeah.
In person.
Not having to try and call games remotely.
Yeah. Just be able to come down and watch so your average fan can come in. Last year during the COVID restrictions where just your parents were able to come in. Just cheerleaders. Band wasn't allowed to have for, almost 3/4 of the season.
Right.
So just a difference of just having the band there.
Having an actual atmosphere.
Yes. So much nicer.
Allowing the community to come out and support the guys.
Let's hope it keeps it going.
That's huge. 2nd down and 3 from the 4. Both teams have spent 2 timeouts here in the first quarter. Marshall will pass. Had a man in the end zone and Tashi Braceful, but the defender was draped all over him.
Nigel Dutton, he's going to get he's been playing press the whole time, too.
Well,
and then
he's done a pretty good job.
Yeah.
But he'll get whistled for a holding penalty here. That'll move the ball half the distance to the goal to the 2-yard line.
Which they only need an inch to get the first down.
Right. That'll bring up 2nd down and, maybe 2 feet.
Yeah.
Isaiah Marshall will go under center. Try and squeak this one in. At least get the first down and goal. Steady will hand it off to the tailback. And it's Davier Burt, who got back to the line of scrimmage, but will not get a first down.
D-line from Cass Tech did a great job in making that tackle and holding them up. You can see he tried to push off, but then Davion Waller, Deion Walker just stuffed him right there. Ooh. Couldn't lean
back
forward, yeah.
3rd down and 1. Marshall under center again. This time he'll go back to the tailback, and Burt bulldozed in the backfield at the 5.
Same young man for Cass Tech in the backfield, Deion Walker.
That kid is going to be a problem.
Yeah. Here it is again. They're trying to block him, but he's just cutting right through it like a hot knife through butter. He's just going right through that offensive line. It would have been nice to see like a little bootleg on that play, though.
Yeah.
Because that would have been, everybody was coming.
4th down and 4 now from the 5, and the offense will stay on, trailing by 14.
Could be a game-changing play right here this early in the game.
And first, Cass Tech will burn their final timeout, and it comes with just a few seconds left on the first quarter clock. Well, the Technicians are officially out of timeouts, and yet they lead 14-0 early in the first quarter.
Yeah, well, not much more to talk about, really.
Oh. I mean, the defense is playing good.
Yeah, they just got to make sure those 3 times one to have the right personnel in.
Right.
Talk over the scheme. But, yeah, they're doing well. Their offense is rolling.
Offense is playing well. Defense is, I mean, despite the big pass to Braceville down the far sideline, haven't really given up a whole lot.
No, and after that, they kind of shut them down a little bit there.
Right.
It would have been nice to see them keep passing the ball because obviously the run game is not non-existent right now for them.
Well, not as long as you've got Walker in there on the defensive line. It's going to be tough to get just about anything through.
Gosh, he's a big young man. And Walker, the next to him is Jackson Pruitt.
I mean, those guys got to be standing 6'4", pushing close to 3 bills, right?
Yeah.
4th down and 4. Marshall to pass.
Oh, no one was there.
There's no one there, but he had no time to get rid of it. Staring him down was Kyle Booker, and well, you said it before the timeout. That would have been one of the biggest plays of the game.
Yeah, you know, and maybe they don't have a field goal kicker, but you know, when you're this close, still early in the game, you got to put points up on the board.
Right.
So you know, go for a field goal. Would have been maybe a 15-yarder, 20-yarder.
Yeah, it probably would have been close to 20. But, I mean, that's about as far as a PAT is.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you want to put points up on the board. But then again, as a coach, you're thinking to yourself, oh, we'll have more opportunities.
Right.
You know.
Problem is trailing 14-0. Any points and any momentum would have helped. Instead, you give that Cass Tech defense a nice boost of confidence. And they give it over to their offense on a 1st down carry through the middle by Tyrone Gaines. That'll be close to the 1st down, and we'll end the first quarter.
Jackson Pruitt once again, nice effort making that block and just bring that run open. He's the pulling guard on that, running a little trap it looks like, and
it's 14-0 Cass Tech. We're through the first 12 minutes from Wayne State. Back with more in a moment on the MHSAA TV network. 14-0 after 1. Cass Tech in the lead, and the Technicians have the football. The chain gains are backwards, right? Nope. Yeah, that'll be set up now. I thought they had it at 2nd and 10 going the other way, but they've got it.
Guy down there in the green envelope or the green umbrella needs to give his mom's patio umbrella back to her. Probably needs it for her table out there and
probably
patio furniture. Don't want to call out the young man who's using it.
2nd down and 2. After a 1st down handoff. That play was almost disaster. But instead, LaShawn Mumfield made something happen. I mean, that was supposed to be a pass. He got run into by his own running back, and then he just got it back and ran for a 1st down. Quick, easy work.
I think the most impressive part of that was that he ran out of bounds. Right?
Yeah,
he could have tried to cut up and try to get it, but here it is. It just hits it, hits his hands, and he makes the best of this decision. But his best decision is to turn and right and get out of bounds so that the DB couldn't give him a hit.
It was supposed to be a play-action pass with Sean Hodges and Kareem Sharif, but the play action went to Sharif. Hodges thought it was to him, and instead he almost knocked it out. As a read option play is kept by Mumpfield. He got back to the line, maybe lost a yard.
Slew of Warriors there waiting for him on that one.
Yeah, first man to him defensively was number 10, Jerome Baker. That one almost was a fumble as well.
Yeah. Davis Mathis did a great job of taking the fake on. It's hard to slow up the quarterback's decision-making abilities a little bit.
Brings up 2nd and 11 after a loss of 1. Mumpfield will pass. Lefty over the middle.
Wow.
Found a man with Nate Briggs, who lost the football on his way to the ground. And it'll be recovered by Southfield A&T.
Wow.
Dominic Johnson got the fumble recovery. And the Warriors defense gets a turnover. That was a pretty cool celebration, too.
I think Briggs was just trying to do a little too much. Caught the ball. He had a couple of Warriors on him already, but he was kept on trying to fight for some extra yards, which can be appreciative from coaches, but in that time it turned dreadful as he lost the ball.
In that situation, hey, just go down to the ground. We got a first down. Let's keep moving.
Mm-hmm.
Instead, it becomes 1st down and 10 for Southfield A&T at the 29.
Nice
Here it
ball.
is again.
Yep.
I mean, a great pass, just trying to keep pushing.
Wow,
That was a nice play by Jerome Baker to come in and punch that thing out of there. Holy cow.
That was impressive.
Heads up play.
Yeah. Hold him up. I'll punch it out.
So it'll be 1st down and 10 now from the 29.
I'd like to see some more passing.
Not at which team? A&T?
Yeah, A&T. Go back to that passing game.
It worked out pretty well.
Yeah, you got one-on-one coverage over here. Oh, they jumped.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, boy.
Well, I'm not necessarily sure if it was a jump or if the center was just delayed on snapping it.
It could be.
Because it seemed like everybody moved except for the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll definitely be a false start against the Warriors. And we'll back them up 5 yards to the 34-yard line. I'll make it 1st down and 15 now.
1st down and 15.
Out of the shotgun will be Isaiah Marshall. He'll look to pass. Near side. Intended for Nigel Dunton, but incomplete. Good coverage defensively by number 2, Sean Hodges.
Yeah, nice ball. Well, it was there, right? Just got to get him to get the receiver out there and try to contest for the ball. But that's what you got to do. It's just kind of tough to run against these technicians and that's that front four that they got showing up. So you got to figure out a way to get that ball down the field. And if the linebacker's not blitzing, if that little slot receiver slant's not open, you got to go long.
This was going to be a good pass, but Hodges just holding off the defense, never let Dunton really cut back towards the middle of the field.
It was well defended, that's for sure.
2nd down and 15 now. A play action pass. Oh, wow, what a play defensively. That one was batted down by who else at the line but Deion Walker. That kid's doing it all today.
Great way to get his hands up. And that was the slant route that I kind of was hoping that we'd see more of.
Yeah.
But fortunately for the technicians, the big fella got his hands up in the air and swatted the ball. Otherwise, it would have been a few yards for him.
And he's getting double-teamed by the offensive line so that he can't get through. And he's still able to time it up perfectly to jump up and put a hand on it. That kid is going to be something special, that's for sure.
No doubt.
Third down. Marshall to pass. Goes deep again for the end zone. Incomplete. Had a man deep in Braceville, but he stopped running and ball was overthrown.
trying to go for it all instead of just trying to get the first down. You 3rd and 15. Sometimes you just got to go to the first down markers and cut up the middle of the field.
Right.
Instead of trying to go all the way deep.
And Marshall's got a cannon on him for an arm, though.
He does, man.
I mean, that was 45, almost 50 yards probably in the air. There's Aaron Marshall, head coach for Southfield A&T in his first year.
I like that motto, whatever it takes.
4th and 15, and the offense still on the field. Marshall will pass. Now he'll pooch punt away. It'll go out of bounds. That's the Aussie kick.
So you think they do that to set up a possible pass?
I
or
don't
is
know.
that just because the kicker, that's his best way to kick the ball? I mean, why else do you do that?
I don't know.
Aussie kick?
I know, like, that's how they do it in Aussie football. I think
Yeah.
that's just the rules of Aussie football. Which is why you see it a lot happening in, like, the NFL and stuff now, because you get a lot of guys that come over from Australia to punt in the NFL. And you even see it at the college game a lot. But
yeah.
I mean, obviously these guys here are not from Australia, so I'm not really sure. I don't know if that's maybe one of those things, because that's just how he's more comfortable kicking the ball, or if it's one of those you're trying to throw the defense off guard and let them know, because it's still the quarterback that's punting.
Yeah, that's right.
So it could be one of those just throw the defense off.
Yeah, maybe it could be an option, right? If if the wide receiver's open, throw it to him. If not, kick it.
Right. We'll have a delay of game penalty against Cass Tech. And we've seen a lot of those today.
We have. And that's just from the first week.
Yeah.
Not having the right personnel on. Kids not knowing the right personnel or right schemes that they should be on.
The ball will go back from the 9 back to about the 4.5-yard line. Well, Deion Walker, there you see him, holds 34 offers already.
The big fella.
I just wonder what they're going to have him play, defense or offense. I mean, he's moving a lot of weight on offense, but he's causing havoc on defense as a handoff to Gaines, who bounces outside and has space out across the numbers, across the 30 before he's finally pushed out of bounds.
Nice play. They pull that guard, man, and he kicks out that defensive end. It's kind of hard to defend it. You got Jackson Pruitt running down on you as a defensive end. Last thing you want to see is that big fella coming at you at full steam. Here he comes. Cuts it up right behind him.
And Gaines just does a great job
just reads
finding
it well.
the hold and bouncing back outside. And then some solid speed to get up to the 35-yard line before finally being pushed out of bounds by Maxwell Wagstaff. First and 10 from the 35. It's a screen pass play to the outside.
Nice tackle.
Kamari Anderson, the receiver, but as you said, a nice tackle in the open field by the defense number 21, Daryl Jones.
Yeah, if you go up high on him, he's just going to stiff arm you and shove you down. So it's best just to try to go beneath the stiff arm.
You saw him put the arm out there.
If he went up high, that would have been spelled trouble for him, but that was a smart decision by the DB.
Brings up 2nd down and 7 after the gain of 3. Southfield will work out of the shotgun. Handoff up the middle with Sharif. Turning the legs forward is Kareem Sharif to the 43-yard line, just a couple yards shy of the first down.
Nice 4 yards. Sets up a nice 3rd down. 3rd and 3, 3rd and 4.
Tackle was made by the defense, Gardner. 3rd down and 2. Southfield out of the shotgun. Motions a man, Sharif to the right. They go handoff with their running back off the left side. He'll get the first down, man. That's a tough running Sharif.
A little extra after that play.
Yeah. Yeah, how tough. I mean, that's a big kid as it is.
He's a pretty big boy there.
Yeah, and he's just tough to bring down. Takes 2 or 3 guys to get him to the ground.
Huge body. That's what they say. Downhill runner, won't be shocked to see him on defense as well.
And he's listed as a linebacker, running back and linebacker. You can definitely see the linebacker build in him. 1st and 10 for Cass Tech.
Oh,
ball is loose. Picked up by Mumfield, and look at this. He'll get a first down out of it.
Wow. Very, very heads-up decision-making by that young man. Ball was on the carpet, picked it up, got small, got through the line of scrimmage.
I mean, he should have been down there.
Yep.
And then there again, and eventually he just squirted through and got all the way to the 40-yard line.
Nice.
Just under 8 minutes to play in the second quarter. 14-0 Cass Tech in the lead. Southfield will look to throw. To the right side where it's caught, and a nice move made by Briggs to the outside. Finally pushed out of bounds near the 10-yard line. They'll mark him out at the 12 as Wagstaff is there for the tackle.
So, Rick, I've been here all 6 games this weekend, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I would say this is the biggest crowd that we've had thus far.
Really?
Yeah. Easy.
There's a lot of people here.
There's a lot of people here underneath us here in the shade, and there's a lot of people on the Southfield side sitting in the stands, on the track, in line for the food truck. Not too many people playing Foley, though. I'm a little disappointed by that.
Yeah.
But that's all right.
Well, a lot of people probably like me don't even know what it is.
Well, maybe.
Timeout taken by Southfield. It's their 3rd and final timeout of the half. So both teams out of timeouts with 7:42 to play in the first half. And it's a Cass Tech lead, 14-0. Eric Van Pfeiffer alongside Adam Scheel from Tom Adams Field. Fans, you looking for any good information on all kinds of topics related to the well-being of our student athletes? Look no further than the health and safety page of the MHSA website. There you can learn about multi-sport participation, heat and hydration, cardiovascular resources, as well as about the insurance benefits that are available for students. It can all be found by visiting the health and safety page on MHSAA.com.
Great resource for athletic directors, coaches, players, and parents, and your average Joe that just wants to know what's going on. MHSA does a great job putting out information for the benefit of the student athletes.
So out of the timeout, it'll be 1st down and 10 to go. And especially when the heat's like this, and it's going to be like this for a few weeks, it's a great resource to figure out, hey, how do I rehydrate? How do I recover from a good workout we just had?
Yeah.
1st and 10 from the 12. Field to throw.
Oh.
Has a man, has a touchdown. Carter Clark, listed as a linebacker, but he played tight end there and got a touchdown.
Nice pitch and catch right there with those guys. He got that ball and cut it up the field, and it looked like he was going 80 miles an hour.
Oh, yeah. Full head of steam. He was not being stopped, at least not easily. So now the point after attempt. That one is through the uprights as well. 21-0 Cass Tech with 7:34 remaining. The first half. Look at this. Just a strike to the near side. Turn upfield. You're not taking me down.
No.
And a touchdown for Cass Tech.
I think, Eric, that Laquan Hartsfield, the kicker for Cass Tech, has a huge leg. When he's doing those PATs,
You think so?
he does it. The ball flies. It's not compared to what we've seen this weekend, especially even in the earlier game where some teams don't even have a field goal kicker, so they have to go for two all the time. This kid's coming out bombing it 30 yards outside over the field goal post.
Yeah, I mean, it's a kid who looks like he can hit from probably 30, 35 yards if they need him to.
Yeah.
Not really too sure how his accuracy is, but
they may only need him to do PATs.
So 21-0 Cass Tech, up by 3 scores with 7:34 remaining in the first half. And they will kick it off. Back deep to return is Jones and Aaron Davis.
Squib it.
It's a squib kick up the middle. It'll be scooped up from the 29-yard line, and smartly falling to his backside was Dominic Johnson.
Yeah, Miles Gilmore thought he slid because of him, but that's just a smart up man.
Yeah.
Get the ball, fall down.
Yeah, Johnson took a couple of steps. It could have been because of Gilmore. I think Johnson probably looked up and saw, hey, I've got 3 dudes in green jerseys come to take my head off. I better just fall down. So it's 1st and 10 from the 30. So the 1st down and 10 from the 30. Marshall will pass to the outside, and it's caught by Malik McCain.
Finger waving,
Uh-oh.
It's a nice tackle. We did get 5 yards off it, so they did exactly what they needed to do.
It's a 4-yard pickup, brings up 2nd down and 6. The ball's at the 34-yard line.
Good news, Eric, that all the cheerleaders for Cass Tech are now in the shade, so you don't have to worry about them getting overheated.
That is huge news, as that pass is intended for McCain, too, and broken up defensively by number 6, Miles Gilmore.
28.
And it brings up now 3rd down and 6. So 3rd and 6 from the 34 for Southfield A&T. The Warriors have had a couple of decent, successful plays through the air, but haven't really been able to get anything going on the ground.
And you know, it's a little different because when we watched last game between East Point and River Rouge, you could tell you were like, oh, East Point can't move this ball. But here, nice interception.
Wow, that was a great play.
Nice interception from Miles Gilmore.
Well, he just made a great defensive play before, breaking up the pass, and then jumps that one for an interception.
Nice. But as I was saying, Eric, like here when I'm watching Southfield, I don't feel like they're being stopped.
No.
Like I feel like they have potential, great potential to be moving this ball down the field.
Yeah, it definitely looks like they could move the ball.
I mean, they're not.
Right, but this defense, I mean, when you're making plays like this as a defense,
that's tough.
I mean, what looked like was an open receiver in Nigel Dutton, who then becomes covered by Gilmore in a blink of an eye.
You know what would have been a better game? Riverview versus Cass Tech.
Rouge and Tech, yeah, for sure.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that would have been a heck of a week 1 matchup.
That would have been. Traditional powerhouse in Division 1 versus the powerhouse in Division 3.
Yeah.
That would be nice.
First down and 10 from the 38 for Cass Tech. Yeah, that could have been.
That'd sell some tickets.
Yeah, it would have. Mumfield will throw.
Wow.
He's got a man in the middle of the field, and a nice catch made by Jameel Gardner, who has a first down.
Nice grab. I don't know who I have to talk to make that happen for next year's Kickoff Classic.
I don't know either, but if you could make that happen for us, I'd appreciate it.
Only if I get to call the game.
Right.
Nice poise by the quarterback. Just waiting for the routes to develop and then puts it right on the money. Moving chains.
Brings up first and 10 from the 25, and a nice catch by Gardner, too, in traffic.
I see that Cass Tech is drinking a lot of Gatorade, a lot of water out of the. What I don't see, pickle juice.
That's big. We talked about it in the last game. Is Gardner around the end picks up a couple of yards. If you're watching this game and missed the first game of the day, you're probably a little bit confused. Adam and I had a lengthy conversation about the importance of pickle juice in rehydrating, making sure your electrolytes are put together, making sure you get the salt back in your body. It's really good for cramps, dealing with the heat and stuff like this.
And Eric, you're missing on the most important. It's delicious.
Yeah,
if you're a fan of pickles,
yeah, if you like pickles, you're gonna like pickle juice. Yeah.
I mean, if you don't like pickles, are you really an American? I don't know.
That's a bold statement.
Yeah, I know. Pickles are delicious.
Second down and 8 from the 23. And with the handoff off the left side with Gaines inside the 20-yard line to the 19.
Gaines, Shamar Snow did a great job of cutting up the ball right at the right time. He was going to meet the DB from Southfield, but he cut it up, try to get some positive yards, and he did.
I beg your pardon, that is not Gaines who's been running the football. It's been, who's listed as 22 on the roster, Shamar Snow. So anytime you've heard me say the name Gaines on offense, it's actually been Snow.
Little roster change.
A couple of roster moves for both teams. Third down and 4.
He's covered.
Mumfield will throw. He wanted to go deep. The man he was looking for deep was Jameel Gardner, but instead of throwing it in double coverage, he just dropped it off to Latrell White into the ground, and will bring up fourth down and 4.
It was a smart play. He was double covered. He realized that that'd be a very tough ball to put it there between two defenders. Chose to go to the tight end. Kind of threw it away a little bit there.
So 4th and 4 for the offense. Probably 4 down territory, I'd imagine, here for Cass Tech.
They have the young man to put the points on the board, though.
Yeah. Right? I mean, this would be probably right about at his range.
Yeah.
At the edge of his range. The offense will stay on. Mumfield will pass. Near side, middle of the field. Nice catch.
Get it. Right on the spot.
Yeah, it's going to be really close for Latrell White. I mean, the line to gain was the 15. They're going to mark him at the 15.
Well, measure it out, huh?
They won't even need the measurement.
Nope.
Official says,
He's
give it to
line.
him. Move
He's
the chains.
Southfield's arguing that.
Yeah, Southfield A&T cannot believe that.
That's just that was a technician spot. Well, now they're going to measure it.
Now I think they'll bring out the measurement.
Oh, no, timeout?
Yeah,
timeout
it's
for
an
measurement.
official's timeout.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at this replay. This might have been
it.
maybe a generous spot.
Oh,
Well, no, I mean, he got there. He might have even got a yard past the 15. It might have been an A&T spot.
Great effort by Dominic Johnson to make that tackle on that 15-yard line and then be able to push him back so he couldn't move forward.
I mean, you can see it there. The ball is straddling the 15.
Yeah, it's good. Oh,
wow.
I don't know.
I mean, the nose
First
of the football
down.
is right on it, and it is a first down. That was a lot closer than I think it probably looked to the naked eye.
But hey, you know what? Kudos to the Southfield coaches for calling that out, saying, hey, you guys got to check that. You can't just automatically give it to them. And it was barely.
Yeah, I mean, it was a couple of inches.
And that could have been a huge momentum for Southfield.
Oh, yeah, that would have been huge if they'd have made a stop there. So now 1st and 10, Cass Tech at the 15. Send a man in motion. Instead, they give it to the tailback. It's number 1, Kareem Sharif, who gets towards the 5-yard line.
It was open, too. There was nobody on that side. The linebacker disappeared.
And now I think they might make that a 1st down. 1st and goal on a 10-yard pickup. 1st and goal. Whew. This Cass Tech offense is moving.
Man.
They're moving quickly.
They're going to be tough to stop this year.
Yeah, they are. It'd be tough to stop almost every year.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
I have a couple of play. Yeah, offensive line was moving a little bit too early.
The H-back took a step forward, which I believe he can, but I don't know if that helped anything out for him.
Yeah, it looked like the left guard stood straight up, too, before the ball was even snapped. Good heads-up flag thrown by the official. And the clock is rolling again at 1st and goal from the 10. Southfield will pass into the end zone.
That's not taunting.
Jameel Gardner. And now the official is going to say something to him.
He pointed at the kid.
Little showmanship.
Yeah, huh? I got it. I mean, let's look at those little, maybe exercise. I don't think that was dancing. I think he was just like stretching out his quad or something.
Yeah.
That's what I would say. I'm sure the coach are arguing the same thing. It's not dancing. He's stretching out his quads. It's hot out here.
It's hot out. He's trying to stay loose.
You don't want to cramp up. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
Official saying, hey, make sure you guys have a word with him. He can't be doing that stuff. Hartsfield's kick is good. I mean, that's 3 rows from the top of that tower. There you go. You see the coach having a conversation with the receiver and Gardner.
It's awesome.
I mean, look at that. That tower that you see there is, I mean, what would you say? I mean, that's as tall as a building.
Yeah, it's easily a 4-story building.
Yeah, it's a 4-story building. And it's only 2 or 3 rows down when it hits going through the uprights. Like, that's a ball that's so high and would carry so far for Hartsfield that
I think he's got the leg.
I would say he's got.
If that
I mean,
tower
he's got enough
wasn't
leg
there,
for 25, 30 yards probably.
Yeah. If that tower was there, well, even on the backside here, he gets it into the track.
Yeah.
Jameel Gardner having himself a day. Walking around.
Yeah, he's had a great play, a great day receiving.
Oh, yeah. Well, he's just a phenom, that young man.
Yeah.
It's nice to watch these kids when they're in high school, and you watch them progress, and they get to college,
Right.
and then you get to the pros. It's fun to watch.
Just the progression, and even the steps they take from now even to next year, and then when they're in college, and then it's fun to watch.
It certainly is, and you can see the special ones, right?
Yeah, you can point out the ones that are going to be special right away. As that ball almost took a high hop and got over the head of Daryl Jones, but he was able to bring it up to the 32-yard line. Just over 3.5 to play in the first half. Cass Tech out to an early 28-0 lead. It's been all technicians so far. They've done it on the defensive end, forcing a fumble, getting an interception, forcing a turnover on downs, a couple of punts.
I remember coming down and watching a game it was Jackson Lumen Christie versus the Detroit school. I can't remember the Detroit school, but I think maybe Lumen Christie might have even won. But there was a player on the Detroit field that was just going out and making plays, chasing down on an end around, being on the far side, chasing him down before he gets to the line of scrimmage, just making plays. And you're like, who is this kid? Turned out to be Brandon Graham.
Oh.
And then so he goes on, has a great college career, goes on, plays professional, wins a Super Bowl. But you could tell when the kid was in 11th grade, this kid is something special.
Yeah. First down and 10 for the Warriors from their own 32. Marshall will pass. Flags will fly and stop the play. Ball start on a dead ball. It'll back him up 5 yards to the 27-yard line. First down and 15.
Yeah, Crockett versus Jackson Lumen Christie. Maybe a semi game or so whatever it was, but you could just see how special he was when he was playing. It was just unreal.
You know, for a program like Lumen Christie, who just churns out championship team after championship team, you don't really hear, I feel like, of a lot of guys from Lumen Christie that go play at the next level.
Yeah, you know what? I think you just get guys that are dedicated to the weight room. Look at him just spin out.
Marshall on the run. He's got a man deep.
Oh,
and it falls incomplete.
Just out of touch.
It was Dunton out deep. I think you're right. You just got a bunch of guys that buy into the program, buy into the weight room.
You can you're 5'9", but you weigh 190 pounds. You can squat 300.
Right.
Bench press 225 30 times. Right. And you're my pulling guard. That's it.
Yeah.
And that's all you're gonna do. And then you get a speedy back or two. But you're right. You know, those kids, and same thing with like even the smaller schools like Lumen Christie, like Marine City does the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you just have these kids, these programs where you can say, all right, you're inputted here. You know,
yeah,
that's going to be your role.
We were talking about
Montrose.
New Lothrop.
Yeah, New Lothrop and Montrose. There's tons of small schools that do that year in and year out, just because that's people buy into the program. Like, all right, yeah, I'm going to be the right tackle in the future.
Right.
I'm going to hit the weight room.
Second down and 15. Marshall will pass again. Man, that was a rocket of an arm that just went through the hands of Dunton. This Isaiah Marshall kid, I mean, he throws a really good ball.
Yeah.
It's humming through there, too.
Yeah, but he couldn't do anything else with that.
No.
He had to put it there, catch him in mid-stride. Just unfortunate that Dunton wasn't able to pull that in.
Third down and 15 from the 27 for Southfield A&T.
But that's how they got to be successful when those linebackers are blitzing, is that they got to read that and then do the inside slot. Like here, the linebackers are up. Get to the 5-yard line, cut it in.
Gas Tech will rush 3. Marshall rolling away from the pressure, trying to direct traffic. He just airs one out deep. And it'll go incomplete as he threw it way over the head of Braceville.
I have a feeling later on in the season that those type of passes are going to be connected.
I think, yeah, once these receivers and the quarterback kind of get more on the same page of, hey, if you could just take off there.
Yep.
I can hit you down the field, and we can score 6.
He definitely has the arm to put it there, that's for sure.
So that'll bring up fourth down and 15. Cass Tech will actually send somebody out to receive a possible punt here, Nate Briggs. We've seen a similar situation like this where looks like the offense is staying on the field, and then Marshall punts. And that's what's going to happen here. Just one of those running punts that'll bounce at the 50.
I
think that,
wow.
We were talking about it earlier,
Yes.
I think that is the benefit of it, is the punt on the run doesn't get super high.
More of a line
but it
drive.
gets so much forward spin that
Yes.
it bounces and rolls.
Wow.
Doesn't give the receiving team a whole lot of chance to return it, but then can also play a good field position game.
Nice.
And now Cass Tech takes back over with 3:01 left on the second quarter clock. That's more than enough time for the technicians to score.
No timeouts, though, so they got to run some hurry-up offense if they're looking to go. But then again, this offense is so high-powered. All it takes is one pass, one run, and then they can go.
I mean, their last offense possession, they were gaining 10 yards a carry on the ground.
Yeah.
They only have 2 games here today that go running clock.
They might. All the games this weekend have been a wide margin in victory. Fortson over Canton, Chippewa Valley over Detroit Catholic Central, Dexter over Groves. Who was the late one last night? Last game was River Rouge over East Point.
Yep. There's a handoff up the middle, and churning forward for a couple of yard pickup is Sharif. We had a couple of blowouts over in Ann Arbor. As I said earlier, I was over there calling the games on the MHSA network on Thursday and Friday.
Mm-hmm.
We had Midland Dow kind of blow the brakes off of Fenton, beat them by 29 yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
But then we also had a few close ones. I mean, Clarkston beat Davison 29-26 yesterday.
That's awesome.
We had Saline take down Hudsonville 34-30.
That's quite the trip for Hudsonville, right? I mean,
Yeah,
that's way on the
Hudsonville,
west side of the state.
Yeah, that's west side of the state. But, you know, I was talking with their head coach coming into the game.
Mm-hmm.
As Mumfield will throw a design screen pass to number 18. That's Carter Clark. Will pick up a first down. Yeah, I was talking with the Hudsonville head coach earlier this week, and I asked him, you know, okay, so what drew you guys to play a team like Saline week one? What was kind of the thought process there? And he said, you know, we've been so good for so many years that outside of teams in our conference on the west side of the state, no one wants to play us.
Sure.
Especially with the new playoff system where you get points, you get more points for winning games.
Yeah.
No one wants to play a Division III or Division II, Division I Hudsonville and lose. You don't get any playoff points for that.
Yeah.
And a lot of small schools on the west side of the state. Mumfield will unload. Oh my goodness, almost what a play by Jameel Gardner. He went up,
almost
hauled it in. Yeah, that was almost one of the most acrobatic plays we've seen, and he looks shaken up.
Yeah, I think that's cramps.
I hope it's cramps, or maybe just knocked the wind out of him when he hit the ground.
Very good discipline by him. I mean, his eyes were, I think I could see him how wide his eyes were when he was trying to catch that ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe it's just maybe wind knocked out of him. Maybe it's cramps. Maybe he'll hurl.
Let's look at this.
It was close.
I mean, he went up.
Almost had it off his
almost
left
had
knee,
it off
off
his
his
leg.
right thigh.
It was good defense by
Yeah.
number 19. Darian Watkins, but
that was just really good from Mumfield to put it right where only
Yeah.
his wide receiver can get it. That's a great ball. I'm impressed by that kid's arm.
false start against the offense will back him up 5 yards and make it second down and 15.
If you didn't watch the first game, we had a little stand by me scenario there.
Yeah.
A little Barfarama. Had to end the second quarter early so we get it cleaned up.
Yeah, there's still 6.5 minutes left in the second quarter, and they went to halftime. Came back and finished the half. Handoff up the middle. That one goes nowhere for Shamar Snow.
Yeah, he's cramping up. I'm glad it's just cramps because they're stretching him out. It's good.
Here's Snow up the middle, but just a great read by the defensive end, Matthias Davis. And it'll bring up third down and about 14 to go from the 29 as we approach the 1 minute mark in the first half.
Southfield band getting ready to perform here for the crowd. Should be entertaining, that's for sure.
Mumfield out of the shotgun. They go delayed
that's
handoff to Snow, who squirts through a hole and has space. Still on his feet as he dives forward across the 45.
He was an inch away from breaking that open.
Yeah. He was one hand in the ground to hold himself up from breaking that thing open. It's the ball out to the 48-yard line.
Just getting small, staying in there, and not letting them have. Look at just one more.
First down and 10 from the 48. Half a minute left.
It'd be nice to see if they took a poke to the end zone. Maybe a long bomb here. Why not? Nope.
Instead, it'll go handoff with Snow, and he's going to be driven back.
Oh, Nelly.
Nice play, filling up that gap.
Big
Making a
number
stop.
60. just met him right there and just try to drive him back down violently.
And that will do it for the first half of play.
Hence why I thought that'd be a good spot to throw.
Yeah.
Try to go deep. Try to put 6 more points up on the board.
That's the end of the first half.
So halftime has come. It's 28-0. Cass Tech in the lead over Southfield A&T. All the teams this year are playing and have their sights set on ending the year at Ford Field in the MHSAA Finals. With that being said, let's take a look back and see how the 2020 season came to a close with a recap and highlights from all Division 8 championships plus the finals in 2 8-player divisions.
March, you guys start getting in the weight room.
Get in the weight room. You got to start getting ready
you
for
guys
summer
start getting
workouts.
ready, yeah.
Yeah.
And that was just fortunate for everybody that March, everybody was able to get back into the weight rooms.
Yeah. A&T will kick off to start the third quarter out of the halftime break. It'll be returned by Cass Tech's Sean Hodges, or I beg your pardon, this is Jameel Gardner who gets it out to the 29-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Cass Tech.
Jameel Gardner had himself a first half. Let's see if he's able to keep going on that.
This is, if Cass Tech, we talked about at the end of the first half, Cass Tech scores here, we're in that running clock situation again.
Yep.
Provided they get 7, which, the way the Hartsfield has been kicking the ball, I don't understand why we would even have to worry about it. But.
Well, you know what? Warriors defense kind of stepped up the last couple possessions for Cass Tech, so it's not going to be an easy task to put 7 more up on the board.
LaShawn Mumfield back out at quarterback. The junior in his second season as the starter. He'll go quarterback keeper off the near side. Makes a cut back to the middle of the field and squirts through defenders across the 40-yard line. Out to the 42, where it will be 1st and 10.
Now, I believe Coach Marvin Rushing is an interim head coach, so he could just be a one and done here. If Cass Tech can go out there and find themselves signed to start coaching or working at Michigan State at the end of July. So did not give them an opportunity to do a full search for a new head candidate of a head coach. And, give props to Mr. Rushing for stepping in and say, yeah, I'll run that ship.
1st and 10, Mumfield to throw near side. Ooh. Pass intended for number 5, Nate Briggs. It'll fall incomplete. Well, hey, he could coach himself into the position, for sure. I mean, it's Cass Tech. You're going to be good every year, but, if let's make a semifinal, maybe even a championship appearance. Don't necessarily have to win the championship, but, if you say, hey, I took over this program in late July, midway through the summer, and I led us to a state championship. Granted, we've got a lot of athletes. We're more than talented to get there, but, led us to a championship game. Yeah. The kids obviously bought into what I was preaching. Let me stick around.
Yeah. Because you've already passed your 7-on-7s, right? You've already done a lot of the stuff that you missed out on. Nice.
2nd down, quarterback keeper up the middle by Mumfield. He'll get a 1st down again all the way to the 46.
That's going to be difficult to stop.
You got to imagine, Coach Rushing had to be on the staff, though.
Yeah, he had to been, yeah. What his role was, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't either. But, he was on the staff, so he was still around the guys, and I'm sure not a whole lot has changed.
No.
Right? They're still running probably the same offense. The defense probably looks pretty much the same. The guys are pretty used and comfortable to it. But, anytime you got a new guy who's in charge, things are going to be a little different.
It's going to be a little different, yep.
1st down and 10 from the 47.
Blitzing from the black side.
Mumfield over the middle has Briggs. And he gets inside the 30, down near the 25-yard line.
A lot of touchdown-saving tackles from the Warriors, just like that one. That's the third one, maybe the third or fourth one that we've seen.
Just this drive.
Yeah. Just crazy. Making the tackles when you need to. Stuff like that you're able to build upon for the year. Watch this catch. He's way ahead, dives out, just able to trip him up. Nice effort by both players there.
Jaden Bush on the tackle. 1st down and 10 now from the 24. Mumfield will throw again. He's going for the end zone. Touchdown. Pass is caught by Javin Sewell.
Wow. turned himself around to catch that ball. Nice discipline. Just some extreme focus by that young man to get that ball.
He was looking for a ball on his outside shoulder on the far sideline. It came inside. He had to go complete 180, turn himself around and make a play. And look at him. He's saying, that's what I do, coach.
That's what I do. Throw me the ball more.
Throw me the ball. Yeah, hey. Look at how wide open I was. No one was even covering me.
My routes are superior.
They can't guard me out there, coach. Throw me the ball.
He's right.
Heck yeah. With a play like that.
That was wicked.
And now Hartsfield on for the extra point.
Nice.
And that one is through.
So now we are on the tip theory of running clocks.
Let's take a look at the replay here. This is a great pass from Mumfield. Tight spiral. Look at that. He had to spin his body all the way back around, and Sewell made the play.
I thought he was trying to get number 8, Latrell White, but
so did I, honestly. White was already in the end zone, but
and he was
Sewell
open
in the
too.
Right, yeah, they were both open. You mentioned it. We're on the tips rule now, so timeouts, injuries, penalties, scores. That's the only time the clock will stop the rest of the game.
Unless Southfield scores.
Unless Southfield scores, yeah. Unless the score's at 35, it will not continue to go back to a normal clock until the score becomes less than a 35-point deficit.
That's right.
So if Southfield scores, then we're back at it. If they don't, Cass Tech adds another one, then Southfield has to score twice to bring it back down.
Last game we were able to watch the ultimate running clock.
Yeah, 55 on over, right?
Yep, and it doesn't stop for anything.
And not even scores. That thing just, hey, let's
It
get
was
out of
fast.
here, right? That was a fast fourth quarter. It took
It
all
really
of about 13 minutes. 10:09 left in the third quarter.
So once again, Eric, I did not foresee this happening. I thought this was going to be the closest of the bunch. And,
I thought this was going to be, that one
fly
hit a
ball.
player. Oh, man.
Oh, he's still up.
That could have been catastrophic for Southfield. That was just a pooch kick. And the up man, number 20, Mauricio Clayton, was letting it fly over his head, waiting for someone behind him to come up and get it, and it hit him in the back of the head and almost created absolute danger. But Darrell Jones was able to clean it up and
that was
set
good.
up 1st and 10 from the 17 or 18.
Just grab the ball and fall down.
Yeah. Well, all right, what does the offense have in store for Southfield A&T? Their first offensive possession of the second half.
I think that we have to see a little more rolling out.
Yeah.
Just see what the linebackers are doing. I think Isaiah Marshall has to read what's happening, and if the linebackers are coming in tight, then we have to do some slants and try to get the ball that way down the field. I like I said prior, I don't feel as if Southfield's not moving the ball or not playing well, right?
No.
Their offense can be explosive. I think it's just not. There's some things that they can work on in next week to get prepared for week 2, but
There's a quick slant route over the middle this time. Spinning off tacklers. Man, that was a really nice play.
I think that's Isaiah Marshall's best ball. I mean, right there. I mean, not doing him wrong. He does have an arm. I mean, the kid has a cannon and an arm. But that's what they need to do to bounce down the field.
That was Alik McCain on the reception. Yeah, I think, he's got the cannon to go downfield. But we talked about earlier, if him and the receivers can get on board when he's rolling out away from pressure, maybe get them to extend a little bit. There's a handoff up the middle with Javin Jones.
Let's stay away from that. I think we just passed the ball. I think their offensive line is best stopping the technicians' defensive line by pass blocking.
Right.
You don't have to move somebody to get the run to create a gap. So just do some pass blocking, let Marshall be who he is, and let him roll out, find some receivers, and use his arm and his legs.
Yeah, there's no holes that need to be created or anything.
No, I think that would be my suggestion.
Maybe your go-to as head coach.
To the head coach, Aaron Marshall, in his first year, let's just roll out. If I was in his ear, if I was the old coordinator, This is what I'd be telling him to do right here.
Well, this time he's throwing it deep.
Oh.
And there's, yes, a flag will definitely come in. Tashi Bracewell was the intended receiver. And, I mean, Marshall threw it deep. I don't think Bracewell was going to catch that ball anyway, but there's no such thing as the uncatchable rule in high school football. Pass interference is pass interference. Yeah. Bracewell basically got told, I mean, he wasn't not even moving at one point. He was getting held so much.
They did what I would call from the Laverne and Shirley show, the Malachi Crunch. They kind of squeezed in on him, and wouldn't let him get free to try to fight for that ball.
So the holding penalty on the defense will set up a first down for A&T at the 45-yard line.
Yeah, I think this is the best offense that Southfield could run, especially against this D-line. Yeah, you just got to pass. Roll out so those big fellas don't get their hands up in your face.
Castek showing blitz. Yeah, bring it. Marshall
open.
Rolling right.
Still open.
Had his man. Yeah, he threw it too late. Bracewell was open the whole time.
His eyes were looking down. He was checking, going through his progressions. And that's obviously his third receiver to throw to, but they ran out of real estate. He had to stop.
It was a nice flood route. Just the problem is when you've got backside pressure and you've got to roll out and you shorten the field that way.
Yep. You've got to make your decisions a little quicker.
Yeah.
But like that's going to click come week 2, week 3, week 4.
Exactly.
So,
yeah, I think the Southfield A&T team is going to be really good this year. As they go handoff off the near side. There's a really nice run by Burt. Javier Burt steps out of bounds inside the 40. Yeah, I think if you're going to run the ball too, I mean, you've said it, stay away from the run, go to the pass game. If you're going to run, I think it's got to be outside the tackles.
Yeah, you can't. There's no moving that ball in between the tackles. It just can't happen. They're just such big men that down there in the trenches that are for Cass Tech that are just moving you willy-nilly.
That'll set up first down and 10 from the 38-yard line.
And they might have some of the twos in because I'm looking at the D-line and they're missing some of the big fellas down there. They're missing Devin Waller. I'm sorry, not Devin Waller. They're missing Deion Walker and Jalen Thomas. They're not in right now, and maybe they're taking a break. But you know what? You're up 35-0. It's a great time to get your twos in.
Yeah, a great time to get them some run in the second half. Timeout taken by Cass Tech. They lead at 35-0 with 5:46 remaining. Fans, if you want to learn more about the fine art of officiating, be sure to listen to Be the Referee each and every week on the MHSA Network, where you can learn about rules and mechanics, play a game called You Make the Call, and you can find out how to become an official. You can also register to be an official today by going to MHSAA.com.
Great thing, be officials. Get out there and try. What the average age of officials is 52 years old.
And there's a national shortage. It's not just in the state of Michigan. I mean, it's every state across the country needs officials.
Yeah, it's important for people to get out. And you know what?
Yeah.
If you like the sport, I mean,
why not?
Yeah, why not?
Why not get paid to have one of the best seats in the house, right?
Exactly.
First down and 10. Marshall will pass off the run. Has a big pass rush and throws it deep. It was intended for Braceville, but went out of bounds. Incomplete. And if you're not going to be an official, please respect the efforts of the people who are officials.
Yeah, and you know what? A lot of people say, I don't want to be official. I don't want to hear it from the parents and coaches. But you know what? A lot of that is personality. Like if people chirping in your ear, if that doesn't bother you, then you're fine.
Yeah.
Even then, you got to put it in perspective. That's mom up there thinking she wants the best for her son or daughter.
Right, yeah.
Right? And so they want to win. But, once you realize that that's just how people are, then you're all right. Like, whatever. When I walk out of this gym, I'm still walking out of this gym,
Second down and 10. That's a slant pass over the middle to McCain. He'll score 6. And the first touchdown of the game for Southfield A&T. They're on the board.
And there you go. That's what you got to do. That's what Southfield needed to be doing. And granted, they are going against their twos here. But that's what they have to do. They have to run those slant patterns, read those linebackers, get behind them, and get in the open field.
So now the Extra point team is on for A&T. As TJ Diop rather, will come on to attempt the PAT. And flags will fly as it'll be offsides against the defense. So they'll get a little bit closer. I mean, half the distance to the goal from the 3-yard line isn't much, but we're at the 1.5, I guess.
Yeah, well, that might change your attitude or your mindset of going from 1 or 2, though. But
Well,
then again, you have to go up the middle with these guys.
Right.
Yeah,
Diop's going to stay on for the extra point.
Oh,
And
but
it
it's
is
still
blocked at the line of scrimmage.
Jeez Louise. Deion Walker just kind of walked through and put his hands up.
There's a reason that kid's going to go play somewhere big.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to be a big-time defensive lineman somewhere. He's dead. You know, he's getting double-teamed at one point in the first half. Let's take a look at this touchdown again. It's a nice play over the middle with McCain, and, you know, that's the thing. Because you haven't had a whole lot of success in the pass game, Cass Tech is starting to defensively kind of pack the box. They're playing straight man across the receivers, putting 8 or 9 guys in the box and just saying, beat us, right? You got to throw the ball to beat us. And A&T is trying to figure it out. There's Walker.
34 offers.
I mean, look at this.
It's a big.
We don't have a height and weight on this guy, but, I mean, he's at least 8 inches taller than the guy he's standing next to.
Yeah. Some big fellas down there.
He's going to be a force to be reckoned with for opposing offenses, or whatever college he decides to go to.
Yep.
Starter number 9,
So Diop set to kick off.
That's something that, you know, that touchdown is something that Southfield A&T is going to be able to build upon, right? I mean, that's exactly what they want to be doing offensive-wise. Maybe pop a run in here and there, but, I mean, I really think that's exactly what their offense needs to be. Find out where the linebackers are and go from there.
The kick will be returned from about the 20-yard line by number 3, Javen Sewell. He got out to about the 32. Well, how about this? The latest offer that has come in for Deion Walker back on August 1st from Alabama.
Alabama, ooh. Nick Saban's coming down, huh?
Got to be doing something. He holds offers from Alabama, LSU, Georgia, Florida. Almost every Big Ten and ACC school. Every MAC school has offered him, obviously.
Yeah, it's hard to turn down, isn't it? Alabama?
Yeah.
You go to Alabama, you're going to get a ring in 4 years.
Yeah, I mean, if you're even in 3 years, really.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got to spend 3 years at college. You're going to have at least one ring on your finger, maybe
Yeah.
2 when you leave.
Saban's got that just going on there.
Here's a quarterback keeper with Mumpfield who slides down at the 40.
I'm surprised Mumpfield's still in, to be honest. But it is still third quarter, so.
And only the third quarter and maybe trying to get that running clock back.
Yeah.
Brought down by number 10 defensively.
It's a nice little
Baker.
option read. He's very well. That, you know, Cass Tech does a lot of things well, and that's one of them.
Yeah.
That quarterback's able to read that DN and see where he's going to go and who's going to give the ball to. That's going to be difficult to stop for a lot of their opponents.
Second down and 2. This is a handoff up the middle with Snow, who will get close to the first down, but Baker came in and applied the wood.
Wow.
Well, there was at one point at the time that Walker had just 32 offers before he picked up the offer from Alabama, and the offer before that was Arkansas State. This is back in April, late April, where Walker had narrowed it down to his top 13.
All right.
And included Arizona State, Arkansas, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, LSU, both Michigan schools, Missouri, Oregon, Pittsburgh, Penn State, and Texas. You got to imagine Alabama's been added to that mix.
Yeah. Hook 'em horns. That's nice. But you can only go to how many? You can only go to 3 or 4 visits?
Yeah, I think
There's
4
3,
officials, right?
4 officials.
There's a handoff with Sharif up the middle. I think you get 4 officials and 3 unofficials.
So I would go to Arizona State because I want to see it.
Right.
Right? Anywhere out west where I can go see, get some nice weather for the weekend.
See something cool.
Yeah, see something cool.
Right.
Then maybe pick the 2 I actually want to go to. But, that's just me. I'm looking for the experience.
Exactly.
Maybe go down to Texas.
Just
see
because.
that atmosphere, and I definitely would want to see Alabama.
Here's the thing too with Michigan State being in state.
Yeah, you don't.
You know what the atmosphere. You can go figure out what the atmosphere there is going to be like.
But to go down to a SEC tailgate party,
yeah,
I think that I would want to check that out. If I was a 19-year-old, 18-year-old young man, I'd want to go check that out. Even as a 49-year-old man, I want to go check that out. That's just me.
Second down handoff goes to Sharif up the middle. I've never been to an SEC game, but from all the stories that I've ever been told, I think SEC is a completely different animal. It's a whole different breed down there.
Oh, it's fantastic. I actually went down and watched Florida play Tennessee when Peyton was at Tennessee. I was living in Florida at the time. That's how long ago it was. Got to see Sister Hazel play in a concert that night, too.
Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
That's a good night.
It was a great day.
Pass to the near side from Mumfield. Oh! Running defenders over. Carter Clark lowers the shoulder.
He was looking for the second DB to run over, too.
Yeah, he was.
He was going out of his way to find him.
And he's got a few choice words for Darian Watkins, who was on the receiving end of that hit.
First one lays the boom.
Watkins tried to just lower, Watkins tried to just wrap up, make a tackle like they teach you to do, but whew.
Wow.
That was a hit. Approaching the final minute and a half of the third quarter. First down and 10 from the 33.
Little skinny post is open. Not anymore.
I'll go handoff up the middle with Sharif.
Yeah, why throw the ball here?
Why throw the ball here if you're going to pick up 10, 11 yards every time you hand it off, right?
It's impressive.
This is an offensive line that is opening things left and right.
Just wide holes.
Yeah, a hole's big enough almost to drive a semi through,
I know.
right?
And they're finding the linebackers too. The linebackers from Southfield are getting caught up in the mix. So there's nobody. Their next person you're going to see is a DB.
Yeah, you're getting into second, third level of the defense automatically with your linemen.
Yeah, it's nice.
It's a 1st and 10 from the 23. Mumfield will throw for the end zone. Touchdown. Oh, what a play!
Touchdown!
Catch is made for a touchdown.
Oh, wow.
Ooh, Elijah Jordan.
Wow.
How about that?
Love it.
The kid is hyped up. I would be too. He just made a falling down, one-handed play. Defense draped all over you.
They got too many good receivers here.
Yeah,
right?
Receiver you.
Yeah. Mumfield can't possibly pass that ball around enough.
No.
But, man, you think you get a break. You're like, 19's been on the bench all day. They haven't thrown to him all of a sudden. So you take a little break on there. Bow. Makes a circus
all right,
catch.
Finally, I got to play off, Coach. Nope. First play Elijah Jordan was in for. And now the point after is through the uprights. I'm waiting for one of those things to get caught up.
Yeah.
There.
Well, a couple did. There was a cameraman when we were playing them in Cass Tech. We were featured on the Bally's game, or we were playing CC, and cameraman had to keep ducking.
That's funny. It's 42-6 now. Cass Tech leads it by 36. Let's take a look at this catch again.
Wow, it looked like to be a one. Well, maybe he didn't get in, but it's still a great catch.
He was close to in. I think they probably gave him benefit of the doubt because he caught it with one hand.
He caught it with one hand, didn't it? Dang, nice catch, young man.
Well, fans, you can keep up everything MHSAA by checking us out on social media. Be sure to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube for tournament updates, event announcements, video highlights, and high school sporting news from around the entire state of Michigan. It's the best way to connect with the MHSAA every single day. Check us out on social media.
How many of those do you follow, Eric?
Of the MHSAAs?
Yeah.
3. I think the only one that I don't follow would be the YouTube one.
Yeah, I don't follow the YouTube either.
I'm not a subscriber to the YouTube channel.
Yeah,
I probably should be, but
I do.
I follow the rest. I follow them on Twitter, Instagram,
yeah,
Facebook. Yeah.
Yep.
I always want to know what's going on.
Oh, it's great information too. I mean, they tell you so much stuff.
Yeah.
And then they have the second was the game on, not game on, what's it called? The second page.
The second half page.
The second half page. Great little articles.
It always seems like there's something going on every single day with the MHSA, whether it's a new article coming out, something featured that happened over this last weekend, something new that they're imposing.
Oh.
There's what could have been a solid return from Greg Davis. It'll bring up good field position for A&T as we're under a minute. Approaching the 30-second mark in the third quarter.
A lot of good things that MHSA does as a program, as a corporation, and that's one of them, is getting out the stories, the public interest stories, and just kind of telling the local fans or the common fans the great stories throughout, you know.
Well, they do a good job of just information, giving information out. Even during the entire COVID-19 pandemic, there was never really a question of what's going on with the MHSAA.
Yeah. It was, and they were put in a very difficult situation during COVID.
Yes, they were.
But I think they responded appropriately. And oh no!
There's a fumble. Marshall, a little miscommunication with Javin Jones.
It looked like he hit it out, like he was faking it, and he punched it out.
He had to jump back on top of it, back at the 32-yard line. A little John going on after the play this time, and a 42-6 blowout for Cass Tech. We've come to the end of the third quarter. 12 minutes remains from the Zenith Prep Kickoff Classic. 42-6, Cass Tech in the lead over top of Southfield A&T. We're down to the final 12 minutes of the opening week of the football season in the state of Michigan. I think this might be the last game getting played today, right?
It's definitely the last game being played today, but man, what a great weekend, not only here, but in all the other platforms that these student athletes and schools were able to get showcased here. You mentioned the big house and then the one up in Flint as well.
Yeah, up at Atwood Stadium. That's where, I mean, it's historic. Atwood Stadium is how I know it. As there's a false start against A&T. Being from the Flint area, I mean, that's a place where back in its heyday when all the Flint schools were Flint Northern, Flint Southern, Flint Southwest, when they were putting out guys left and right, they were going to the league. There were nights, at least from the stories that I've heard, I've never obviously been there during this time, but from what I've been told from other media members and stuff from around the Flint area is there were nights where there were people standing outside the stadium looking through the fence to try and catch one of the games between one of the Flint schools.
That's awesome.
I mean, that's just how big of games were being played there, and it was a public stadium now owned by Kettering University.
All right.
Flint Powers Catholic rents the stadium every year from Kettering, and because Powers Catholic is 2 blocks away from Atwood Stadium, right in downtown Detroit. They play their football games there every year, as well as other boys and girls soccer games. Marshall going deep, has a man. How about this from Nigel Dutton? He'll go to the house.
Nice. Just when you thought they stuck a fork in them, Southfield A&T answers.
Leads down to 30. That was a heck of a throw. This is what we've seen from Marshall. The kid's got an arm.
Yeah.
He just hasn't really been able to connect on a whole lot of them.
He found the touch on that pass, that's for sure. But that's the type of offense I think that you're going to see for Southfield for the rest of the year,
yeah,
right?
And I think this is going to be a Southfield team that is going to put up a lot of points. And they're going to beat a lot of really good teams. We were talking about their schedule coming up with Birmingham Groves next week, who's always a pretty good program.
Well, Groves played here yesterday.
Yeah.
And so that's actually going to be a pretty good game. Groves got beat up a little bit by Dexter, but they had a young quarterback, I think maybe a sophomore quarterback, first time starting. So that would actually be a good game, a fun game to watch.
Yeah, so that'll take place next week. Then they go to Lake Orion, who picked up a big win yesterday followed by a game at Clarkston.
Yeah, you run the gauntlet of OAA Red.
Yeah, so then you go to the OAA Red with Lake Orion, Clarkston, your first 2 league contests for Southfield. Stony Creek, then Oxford, and then to wrap up the season, oh my goodness, look at this. West Bloomfield in Week 7, Oak Park in Week 8, and you finish the season in Week 9 with River Rouge.
Yeah, no, you definitely have to thank the head coach, Tim Connolly, for agreeing to those games before he stepped down.
Yeah.
Because there are some I would have been like, nope, find a different one.
Yeah.
Find a different one.
River Rouge, I'm going to pass on that one.
I think Oak Park might be league, but I don't think.
No, Oak Park's not a league game. That's non-league.
That's non-league. You know what? That's a crossover.
It's got to be what it is.
That's got to be a crossover. Oak Park, speaking of Oak Park, didn't win a game last year to the first round of the playoffs.
Yeah.
And because last year everybody got in the playoffs, and then they just made a run.
And that's just, that just goes to show you how tough the OAA is, right?
Oh, OAA
they made
great.
it.
Yeah.
Oak Park last year, you mentioned it, didn't win a game all season in the 6-week regular season. Everybody made the postseason.
Mm-hmm.
Then they get to the postseason. They beat Grosse Pointe South. They beat Jesuit. They beat Wyandotte in the district.
Yep.
Then they beat Churchill in the regional. And in the state semifinal, they only lost to De La Salle by 6.
Who, by the way, got in the playoffs very similar to Oak Park. I think they were like 2-5 going into the playoffs, and then they turned around and
2-4 going into the postseason.
Yeah, and they ended up being 7-5.
Right, and only lost to Mona Shores in the championship game by 6 points.
Crazy.
First and goal for the 2-point conversion, I should say, for A&T. And that'll be good as they hit Braceville in the corner.
Which to me is an argument for MHSAA to move to everybody makes the playoffs. Because you can run a gauntlet of being in the OA and then just explode through because you're battle tested.
Yeah. I think that's, that was part of their, argument to get the new playoff system that they've got put in place right now of, all right, it's a point system. So now it's not you have to get to 6 wins. It's how many points do you have, how many playoff points do you have. Here's another good look at this Marshall.
Man,
just
great touch on
put
that
it right on top of Dunton. But instead of let's get to 6 wins. All right, what do we got to do for get to 6 wins? So, okay, we've got 5 conference games. Well, let's schedule 4 non-conference games against teams that we can definitely beat.
Yeah. And
then let's just hope we can get 2 conference wins and we're good.
Well, that's the thing with that, though, is that when you're a school like a Chippewa Valley or a Cass Tech or Macomb, Dakota or Southfield, nobody wants to play it because they want to try to get that 6 wins.
Exactly.
But I don't know how well this playoff point system is going to work.
See, that's the thing is now with the playoff point system, you're going to have a team like, possibly Oak Park again this year playing in the OAA Red who could – or the OAA West, I should say, who could lose to, they lost to St. Mary's yesterday. They play West Bloomfield next week, right? So now they're 0-2 possibly before they play Rochester Adams, North Farmington, Birmingham Groves, Seaholm.
It's just,
right? So you could have a team in Oak Park who's 2-7, but they're still one of the top 5 teams in the state, but because they have so many losses, they didn't accrue enough playoff points because they didn't get wins.
Yeah. Which to me makes it for the underdog, right? When Oak Park was 0 for walking and they start winning, and you're like, all right, let's go. Let's see it. Let's see it. Oh, no. We hate to see
we've
this.
got a full-out brawl happening right here. Flags flying everywhere. Helmets are off. Punches are being thrown. Benches have cleared.
Oh, that's not good.
No, not at all.
That's suspensions.
That's suspensions.
If you left the field, if you left
the sideline and came to the field, right? Yeah, that's a suspension. Unless you're a coach trying to break it up.
Yes, but that was a lot of players on both sides.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't envy the ADs in either one of these teams.
I don't envy the coaches in either one of these teams. Now you're going to have both head coaches come together here and with the officials, and they're going to have to say, hey, gentlemen, listen, we got 11 minutes left, all right?
This has to stop.
Can we finish the game, or do we need to call the game, right?
Yeah. Well, there's definitely going to be some ejections here.
Yeah, it's got to be. I think the first one that's going to go, the only player that I could really get a number on is Ray or Ray.
Yeah, number 18.
Number
That's
18
the only
for
one
A&T. That's the only one that I could really see. He's for sure going to be gone. He was the one that was trying to throw haymakers for A&T.
You hate to see that.
Yeah.
You just hate. I mean, I get it. It's competitive.
Right.
Your blood's going, but you have to be. To me, that is the definition of sportsmanship: is being able to contain yourself in a moment of heat, so that you don't put your team in detriment of endangerment of losing you, losing other players, losing your coach. I mean, that to me is sportsmanship. Is being self-contained so much where none of that nonsense is going to happen.
Yeah, and we're going to have. I mean, that's a kid that's going to get ejected here. He'll probably be suspended for 3-4 games at least.
It'll be one game at least.
One game at least because he got ejected, but
whether or not
the coaches and athletic department take it upon themselves to make it more.
Yeah. You hate to see it because then it gets on YouTube and someone's posting it on there, and the next thing you know, the only takeaway they're going to have from this game is what happened in the start of the fourth quarter.
It has nothing to do with the fact that A&T kind of made some adjustments at halftime. They finally scored a couple of touchdowns on big plays. Cass Tech's offense and defense both ways played phenomenal.
Yeah.
And now you're going to have officials talking to both coaches and kind of explaining, all right, so this is what's happening. This guy's gone, this guy's gone. And we've seen it, some John happening at the end of every play.
A little bit,
right?
A little bit.
But that's competition. That happens. But like you said, with the sportsmanship of, okay, hey, look, we can jaw. Okay, play's over. Let's go to the next play. Is what it is.
I don't know if to me, there's not a fine line between gamesmanship and being unsportsmanlike.
Yeah.
I mean, it's some of it's just gamesmanship, or you saying I got you on that one.
Right.
But you have to be a man enough to say you got me.
Right.
Like that to me that's the fine line of sportsmanship and gamesmanship.
Huh.
3 and 14. 18, all right. So that was
So there it is,
Swell.
yeah. So it's 3, I don't think 14. I think he said the wrong name. So I think it's 18 Ray, and then Javen Sewell from Cass Tech that are both gone for fighting.
Yeah.
There you see Ray a little upset.
You know what? He's upset with himself.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things where he's upset. Hey, kid got the best of me. My emotions got the best of me.
Yeah.
And now it's starting to set in of, all right, well, I'm gone here. I'm gone next week.
Yeah, you're missing 2 big games. You missed this game, and now you're definitely going to miss Muskegon. Now, I don't know what's going to happen with the gentleman that left the sideline, left the bench to go out there.
Yeah.
Who knows what will happen. I
mean, the officials aren't ejecting anybody here, but I agree. I mean, you go back and look at the film, right? There's going to have to be 4 or 5 other guys at least from both sides that are suspended. And so now we've still got 11 and 20 left in the game. Cass Tech 42, A&T 14. Now, if I'm not mistaken, they have to leave the sidelines too, correct? Aren't they supposed to?
Well, here's the problem with that is that unless a coach goes with the young man, then where does that kid go?
Yeah.
You're not at home.
Yeah.
So neither of these teams are at home. Right.
That's true.
That's to me is the issue. If you have to excuse him from the sideline, is where does that kid go?
Right.
Because he's still under the care of the coach in the school.
Now the chains are not set up properly, so going to have a quick pause in time for them to move down and get those set up. So it's going to be Cass Tech football 1st and 10 from the 45 after their return.
That official's going to call him in. Just talk to him real fast. Say, hey, no more jawing, boys.
Yeah. Hey, guys, we got to clean it up. Look, we got 11 minutes left.
Let's just get Iverson no more rejections.
I'm not getting paid by the hour. I'm not getting paid by the amount of fights that I break up.
Yeah.
Right? I don't want to have to deal with it
And the
anymore.
last thing they want to do is get ejected.
Exactly.
Because then they're going to be lost from the next game, which will be a big game against the Big Red of Muskegon.
Yeah. So 1st and 10, Cass Tech from the 45. A new quarterback in. And
So
first down, he goes handoff to Rayshawn Randall. And the quarterback is now Caleb Davis, number 13. The backup for this Cass Tech team.
Smart move. Get the twos in. Let them have some snaps.
Randall picked up 3 yards on first down to make up 2nd and 7.
Was Deion Walker's still in the game. Oh, those both fellas are still in the game.
Well, still got to create some holes.
That left side of the field. Oh, I'd hate to be that defensive tackle. I'm like, Coach,
Or
can I just go to the opposite side just once?
Handoff again. This time goes to number 22 for Cass Tech. It's Jason Philpott Dixon. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage to bring up 2nd down. And so this is obviously most likely going to go down as a Cass Tech win, barring something catastrophic.
That'd be impressive if they were able to come back, that's for sure. I'm not saying it can't happen, but that would be impressive.
28 points, and first you got to get the ball back and then score 28 points. 3rd down and 6. And Cass Tech calls timeout. Their 2nd of the half. You've got coaches on the sideline arguing with one another for Cass Tech now. Things are not going great, even though Cass Tech's in the lead. Well, fans, nearly 2,000 of state's top student athletes will be recognized for excelling academically through high school activities. It'll be done through the MHSA Scholar Athlete Award underwritten by Farm Bureau Insurance. The applicants will be in the running of a total of 32 $1,000 college scholarships. You can find application materials by visiting the MHSA website. More information there as well. A great award to be won, a pretty prestigious award, only 32 given away. There's only so many given away throughout each division, too. So, if you're one of the
one of the chosen
from
ones.
Division 4, right? Yeah.
You're one of the chosen ones.
Third down and 5 from the 50. 9:32 to play in the game. We'll have a pass play to the near side. That one's complete.
Oh, Alex Graham. Jesus
Nice
Christ.
play. Caleb Davis to Alex Graham for a first down. Big pickup. Let's take a look at this again. Davis, that's a good pass too. Into double coverage. Graham just got over the top of the safety. Couldn't hang in there.
Impressive with that guy. Oh, we got a down man.
And we've got an injury.
That looks to be the 51. Deion Walker.
Is that Walker?
Looks to be.
No, it isn't. It's 58. Is that Shannon Hall?
Yep. Glad he's probably just cramping up a little bit.
Yeah, he's able to walk off under his own power, so
That's
hopefully
good.
he's okay.
Yeah.
That's huge. Hit late in the games like this. $9:25 left in the fourth quarter.
I think you might be right.
So it's 42-14, Cass Tech in the lead.
Oh.
And there's a handoff up
There's
the
Davis.
middle, or Caleb Davis actually on a quarterback keeper up the middle.
No, not.
And someone's helmet came off.
If it's Davis, he's going to have to come out.
There's a little scrum for something down there around the 7-yard line.
Yep, it is Davis.
And it is Davis, so he's going to have to come out.
15's already jogging in. Hopefully he's going to run it.
Yeah, Kamari Anderson is going to come in.
Do a little wildcat.
Maybe, we'll see.
Got to come off by rule.
Yeah, you have to come off and get checked out. Well, he's supposed to get checked out
Yeah.
by the training staff. Most times it doesn't actually happen, but
Well, it's just, I don't know.
it's supposed to happen, though, right?
Just tell him people are talking to him. He's all right.
Yeah, someone's talking to him down here. Hey, you good, man? 2nd down and 2 to go. Ball at the 7-yard line, under 8.5 minutes to play. Quarterback keeper again up the middle, and that's 6 as a flag flies. Carter Clark kept it himself up the middle.
It's going to be some holding, boys.
Yeah, it's going to be getting moved back.
Yep. Just when we thought we'd get back up by 35.
Just when we thought. That's a holding penalty. That'll back him up 10 yards from the spot. So that'll bring the ball back to the 15-yard line and make it 2nd down and 10 to go. With 8 and just under 15, 8, just over 8:10 left. Second down and 10 from the 15. And now Caleb Clark is back in, or Caleb Davis rather, back in. At quarterback, he'll keep it himself up the middle. He ran into a big defensive lineman in 99, Reginald Gardner, but he was able to bounce off him and finally get brought down after a couple-yard pickup. And he's going to have to jog over to the sideline to get the
you know, we
call
might
again.
see a field goal. Maybe they'll come out with the field goal.
Maybe.
Yeah,
Well, it's
but
3rd down now.
Well, it's 3rd down right now, but if they don't get it. Of course, if they don't get it, why would they forego the 3rd down?
Just had our director come in our ear and say
Yeah,
it's 3rd
yeah.
down, isn't it?
Talking to me like I don't know.
3rd down and 9 from the 14. Davis will pass.
Moving his feet.
Rolling to the near side.
Wide
Has a
open.
man wide open in the middle of the field. That's
That's
a first
down.
down. That's a touchdown for Derek Jackson.
Derek Jackson has to be the 4th different wide receiver to score a touchdown
At
here for
least.
Cass Tech. My gosh, there's so many wide receivers here.
There's so many different weapons for the technicians.
Man, it's impressive.
I think you're going to be up against the clock here. Didn't you say you had your fantasy football draft tonight?
I do. I got the 2nd pick overall. I don't
Ooh,
want to.
who are you
show
gonna
my
take?
cards, but I'm leaning towards Cook. Depends.
Yeah.
Obviously, if the number 1, if the guy takes CMC, then I'll take Cook. Or
Okay. Point after attempt is good. That kick will split the uprights.
you said okay, like sarcastic, like that wasn't a good number 2
No,
pick.
that's a good pick. Let's take a look at the replay of this touchdown before we delve into that.
Davis looks good. He's bouncing around a little bit. Wide open man in between the players. Makes a move. Stiff arm. Nice play.
Yeah, it was a nice move by Derek Jackson, too. Avoid the defense. Are you in a PPR league?
No,
or?
it's a non-PPR.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then Delvin Cook, great pick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm excited about it. Dalvin Cook will probably, knowing me, if anybody else out there is a fantasy football guy, and since I'm drafting Dalvin Cook in the second pick, if you pick Dalvin Cook, you're going to know that because I picked him, he's going to get hurt some point this season and
probably
be
first
done.
or second week,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah. So If I'm picking
and
him,
you'll have wasted your first round draft pick on him.
If I'm picking him, people at home don't choose him. Don't pick Dalvin Cook.
Got a couple of flags that are going to get thrown as Aaron Marshall was all the way out in the middle of the field talking with the head official. I mean, he's not happy with something that's going on here. That'll be an unsportsmanlike penalty. So that'll move the ball up 15 yards to the 45. I mean, he was out while we were having a Dalvin Cook conversation.
Yeah.
He's out in the middle of the field at about the 5-yard line, about where the white hat is right now.
I saw him out there. Yeah, I saw him out there. I didn't realize
what was going on, though.
Got caught up in my own fantasy football there, my own fantasy world. And
for some people, it means a lot, though.
Oh, it means a lot to me. I'm not going to kid you. It's anxiety-filled activity for me. And if I don't win, I'm very depressed on Mondays. And then the ridicule I get from my friends that I don't win. It's just awful. I don't know why I do it. I haven't been successful at 1 year. And you got to say, hey, Adam, so you must watch a lot of football. And the answer is no. I don't watch any NFL football at all.
That's good.
And
Just go strictly based off the stats.
I read everything, but I read a lot. That's the thing. I don't watch any football. I can't eye test anybody, but I read a lot. And between you and I, Eric, it's not successful. I need to start watching.
Maybe you should start watching the games.
It's been years since I got rid of my TV, and I have yet to watch any NFL. And I do poorly in fantasy. It's crazy.
It's almost like there's a correlation.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to suspect
do the winners of your league watch a lot of football?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
they do.
Things adding up then.
Yeah, I don't get it. Here I'm trying to be the academia type guy.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Hey, I read. So
I read
the
articles.
Yes.
You guys just watch them.
Yeah. You guys don't know anything. I read what the experts are telling me.
Yeah, the experts tell me.
First down and 10. It was flag of fly before the snap gets off.
But I'm pretty sure, going back to the draft time, they're going to wait for me because they, if you play against me, it's a win every week. So they really want me in their league. Is my cameraman saying he's bad too? Maybe I get in a league with him.
Maybe. There we go.
Does he watch football or does he read it like me? 'Cause I want to be in a league where everybody does the same
just
thing.
Reads.
Yeah, everybody. No one watches it. Everybody just reads the outcomes.
It's a legal substitution flag against Cass Tech. So move the ball up to 1st and 5 for Southfield A&T as they go with a handoff up the middle to number 13, Davier Burt. He'll pick up a first down to the 31.
Well, this score is not indicative to what I think that Southfield A&T is capable of this season. I mean, yeah, sure, they're losing 49-14, but they do I think there's things that they do very well.
Bird again, the ball carrier. Man, he's a tough guy to bring down as he gets out to the 40-yard line, a couple yards shy of the first down.
Nice job. So after Dalvin Cook, I think I'll just go whoever's the best guy after there.
Yeah, just whoever's left.
Yep. I have a sheet.
Based on your reading.
I have a sheet that's the top 50. I don't know if anybody knows these things, but there's sheets that you can find on the internet. And I'm going to go right off there.
Just right off the sheet.
Yep. Who's the best available? Nice
Marshall
slant.
with a nice strike delivered to McCain over the middle. And he'll pick up a first down across midfield to the 48.
A lot of fight left in these Warriors, man. You're down 49-14. The clock's running. And you're like, no, we're still playing.
Yeah.
We're still getting better.
We're trying to see how many points we can put up ourselves.
Yeah.
That was a nice pass by Marshall. Didn't even have to square his shoulders up. Kind of just off his back heels.
Nice
just let it go. Nice run to the right side for Javin Jones.
And they are facing Cass Tech's twos, but it still doesn't matter.
But still, I mean, you're having success, right?
It's confident builders.
Exactly.
What they are.
That's what it is. You're building confidence. You're letting yourself know, like, hey, against other opponents, we can move the ball. We can do some things really well.
My older brothers used to call it confidence boosters. And every time I'd score in a game that we'd be playing against them, that's just a confidence booster.
There you go.
I mean, you're not really going to win the game.
Pass out to Aaron Davis to the 35. You the youngest?
I am the youngest of 6, so I took a lot of lickings.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And they were right. I never did win. for that. I'd go cry to Mom. She'd be the head official, and
There you go.
she'd give me some points back.
That's
It always
nice.
ends up at a tie. Depends on how hard my tears were.
First down and 10 from the 35-yard line. A handoff up the middle with Javin Jones, and he's going to get driven all the way back.
Wow.
Man, that was a nice double-team tackle there.
That was impressive.
And number 40, John Baker. And number 14, Matthew Nickens.
Met right at the line. They just drove him back.
I beg your pardon, it was 40 and 38 for Cass Tech.
Nice. John Baker.
So that'll bring up second down and 10.
Empty backfield here. Let's see
what Marshall goes with,
yeah.
eh? Maybe taking a shot against a three-man rush. It's a design screen to McCain, who's going to get wrapped up in the backfield. 4 or 5 technicians there to bring him down. As the ball comes back to the 37-yard line. That player's helmet came off. That's number 44, Sincere Jones. So third down and 12. Empty backfield again for Marshall. Look to pass. A curl route on the far side that's caught by Braceful. Hit immediately. He'll get brought down after a pickup of only 4 yards to the 34-yard line.
Well defended by Cass Tech. Cass Tech's known for just having really good DBs. I mean, even when they were winning their state titles, they had a guy named Jermaine Crowell, who's now the head coach at Belleville. He was the DB coach here, and it just seems like he made this to be a DB school, and now he's doing it at Belleville. It's just trickling down. It's just maintaining.
So fourth down now. Marshall will look to pass again. He's going deep for the end zone. Flags fly. Is that caught? Is that pass complete?
Yes,
oh my gosh, it is. Man, Bracewell with the defense draped all over him. Goes up and over. And makes a heck of a catch.
That's awesome.
And there are flags everywhere.
One behind the line of scrimmage, one down the field.
I think there's a little bit more pushing and shoving.
A little hold, yeah. There's going to be a hold.
Well, I think it was after the play because both coaches are outside the numbers.
What is?
I mean, I think these kids are getting after it so much, and they're trying to either get the officials to get a hold of things or saying, "Hey, I mean that's Marvin Rushing, who was standing again in the middle. He was at the hash mark, yeah." So it's a holding on the defense. That penalty's declined, and then a personal foul against the defense.
There you go.
And it'll set up a first down.
Yeah, too much chippiness going on now.
Yeah. Under 3 minutes to play.
Yeah, it had to have been after. Nice ball, though. I mean, just right over the shoulder.
Look at this catch, too. Up and over the defense.
Wow.
I mean, Sean Hodges' hand is in between their arms.
They're going to mark him at the 1 foot.
That'll be close.
Oh,
no, touchdown, they'll give it to him. Aaron Marshall, or I beg your pardon. That's Isaiah Marshall who kept it himself for a touchdown for the Warriors.
They're fighting, they're crawling. They don't appreciate losing by 35, do they? You got to respect their efforts. That Southfield A&T Warriors are really coming to play. I mean, they're not going to win the game, but they're not giving up, and that's a great characteristic to have.
Yeah, they're going to fight till the very end, both in the game and possibly literally.
Yeah. We hope not.
So the offense will stay on and go for 2 for the Warriors. And a pass from Marshall. A jump ball is hauled in by Nigel Dunton.
Nice catch.
And so the 2-point conversion is good. It will now make the score 49-22 in favor of Cass Tech. So this thing's obviously all but over. Well, fans, the second half page of the MHSA website gets you closer to the action with features on high school sports from around the state, weekly Coaches Association rankings, and coverage of MHSAA tournament finals. It's a great read with fresh content nearly every single weekday during the school year, so make sure to make the MHSAA second halves your first stop for all your high school sports information.
No, we already just talked about the second half.
Yeah. You're probably a big second half guy, knowing
I am.
as you
I
read
am.
all the stuff
I
about your
am.
fantasy football.
That's
I'm sure
right.
you just read everything. Now look at the horses. A couple of horses here for the police. Making sure everything stays under control.
Keeping those horses in the shade, keeping them cool. It's a hot day for those big fellas over there, the horses. So if I'm Coach Rushing, I think I'm just going to run the ball. We got to get out of here.
Yeah.
Let's run the ball. And if Southfield starts calling timeouts, then you got to put your ones back in and
say hey
and take care of business. But right now you just have to.
Yeah, I think you just run the ball, get out of here. I can't imagine Aaron Marshall's going to be calling any timeouts, right?
Yeah, I would hope not.
I think Coach Rushing, Coach Marshall might be on the same page. Hey, we got to get out of here, right? You know?
If they do an onside kick, then there's going to be timeout.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
Nope.
Diop will send an onside kick away. It'll be recovered by number 4. That's Snow, who will bring it across midfield to the 49.
See, sometimes like that can be viewed as disrespectful. Like you think you're going to win. You just did an onside kick, right? You're down by 27 points.
Yeah.
And you still think you're going to win? All right, one's back in.
Yeah, well, I don't know about that.
But would you see who's out there? Their offensive line's out there.
Yeah, I understand where you're coming from, but I just feel like, I don't know. I can respect it, trying to make just one last-ditch effort to make it a little closer than the final score. When people look at the score and say, man,
I get
Cass
that.
Tech blew the doors off of Southfield, right?
Yeah. But then again, you can look at it as like, you guys actually think you can still win?
Yeah.
And then, all right, Pop, everybody go along. I'll hit someone in the end zone.
Offense back on the field, and it's not the ones. It's Caleb Davis, the second-string quarterback, who will go with a handoff up the middle.
Ooh.
And running strong is Jason Philpotts-Dixon, who picked up about 8 yards.
Lowered his shoulder and laid the boom. Yeah, so just keep running the ball. Let's keep the clock, keep moving, move the chains.
With that new 40-second play clock, too, I mean, this is a situation where Cass Tech's only going to have to snap the ball like 2 more times.
Yeah. Let's see
if they play the clock right.
Yeah. Hopefully they will. Hopefully they'll just sit there and wait and just let the clock tick down to about 2 seconds, snap the ball.
It looks like that's what they're going to do.
That's smart.
Well, not quite. They got it down to about 10 before they hand it off again to Philpotts-Dixon, who's still on his feet, bouncing outside.
Stay in bounds, young man. That was good.
There we go.
Smart. Nice.
Falls to the ground as he's dragged down by Aaron Davis. Look at him just pinball off defenders here. Breaks 1 tackle, breaks 2 tackles, breaks 3 tackles.
Switches the ball to the outside of the sideline.
Finally brought down. We approach the final minute.
Just let the clock drop down. 10 seconds to come off this clock. That makes it the last play of the game almost.
Oh, flag on a false start.
Oh, no, that stopped the clock.
It'll be a 5-yard penalty and repeat first down. And then they'll wind the clock back up.
There we go. I'll take it.
So now first down and 15.
So this will be the last play of the game
here.
This
should be the last play of the game here, at least, yes. Depends on if Cass Tech wants to try another one anyway.
Yeah, well, they could.
Handoff again with Philpotts-Dixon running near side. He's going to be dragged down from behind. A nice stop defensively that time by
Coach
Jerome
Rushing's
Baker.
calling the boys over. I think that's going to be it.
I think that'll be it, yeah. So Cass Tech takes the Week 1 game. 49-22 over Southfield A&T. In what was a great Week 1 of high school football across the state of Michigan, with Every team in the state having a game over Thursday, Friday, and Saturday before Friday Night Lights officially becomes in full force next week. It's going to be a heck of a season ahead of us, a full 9-week regular season before the postseason.
Yeah, they're trying to dump the water bucket on Coach Rushing, it looks like. He's going to be back there shaking hands, and these guys are all in line.
I know he's not going to be happy about that.
No, yeah, you don't get water dumped on you just because you won your first game.
Well, thanks for joining us as the 2021 high school football season kicks off with a great set of games that took place here over the last 3 days from Tom Adams Field at Wayne State University. You've been watching high school football on the NFHS Network, a production of the Michigan High School Athletic Association. Your final score, once again, 49-22. Cass Tech wins big over top of Southfield A&T. For our entire crew today of Stephen Lawler, Gessler Walker, Zach Foster, and Max Hinson. For Adam Scheel, Eric Vandepfeiffer saying so long from Detroit.